where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Ukumaringa Christine. But before we dive into any of the stories, let's have a look at the headlines tonight. In the headlines tonight, West Nile Education Trust Fund inaugural marathon launched in Arua City. High school dropout rate worries Adjumani district. And in sports, Spider Black Angels Soccer Club continues unbeaten streak in FUFA Big League. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 15th of November 2024. You're most welcome, viewers, to the Nilecast on your West Nile television. Moving on with our stories this evening in Adjumani district, the host and refugee communities of Oluwa Refugee Settlement in Pakele Sub-County, Adjumani district, together with Y Global International Christians, have come out to stress the causes of school dropout among the communities in Adjumani district. Onzima Alan reports.
Host and refugee communities of Oluwa Refugee Settlement in Pakele Sub-County, together with Y Global International Christian Organization, with funding from Norwegian government, in a dialogue, have come out to stress the causes of school dropout among the communities in Adjumani district. Simon Surubaru, the paramount chief of Madi, during the engagement, highly blamed the parents for not executing their parental responsibilities. He further said it's through parental guidance that young girls can be nurtured well.
Dese ruduka ruduni didi enzina zitian trenzanzani ama atadi trientretro amala le batiri dini tanze kaku aningo kuriani batirinya italange tinyi tanze katiki dini koloki dini kio dudi si batiri ni anze taku amebe batiri kolu ata desi oba jobaran kwa nyitri ya tazoa itiro zora kole anyisi jo ani ningbi eso nti koya dere kariziga tirani gaku kopa anianisi kaki atio toga kaki disco nyesua la dua ruduru ke kuita dindisi desi nyata nyendre joitibar tirira kole anyisia ini jo idikolo tema ongo kole anyijea ini tarole ka bugu adodi
Alumai Godfrey, the Refugee Welfare Committee, Oluwa Refugee Settlement, applauded Y Global for taking the initiative of ironing out the issues causing school dropout within the settlement.
Today, I feel very happy for Y Global. It is because they make our day today to be our colorful. Of course, it is now a pathway for us to raise our voice to reach where we cannot make it by Y Global happen to come in. I really thank the office for Y Global for that. And the community member who are around, it is really, we got the information and we managed to turn up for our sitting. It is for our development for the settlement. I really thank that today is open discussion. Who is here have to be free. When you are talking, don't fear.
Honorable Kenyi Welborn, the LC3 chairperson Pakele Sub-County, stressed the major causes, adding that daily market night discos have largely emanated the school dropout. He said it's a joint responsibility to ensure that the school-going children are not victims to this vice.
School dropout is an issue in the Pakele Sub-County, of course. It has now taken a time, but it is the weakness of the parents who do not know the value of education as yet. And therefore, they do not mind of paying what is required in schools, or else having family meetings, guiding their children about the importance or value of education. For that matter, they leave them loiter around go for discos, go for late markets. And, you know, as an individual, though I'm the chairperson, I cannot control all households. Therefore, it is upon every parent to take care of his or her children. And about the market, they say we should close market earlier, but it is like now, people who foolish than even chicken, who knows when.
For long, Adjumani district leaders have complained on the high rate of school dropout cases, which called for several meetings with the parents, meeting to find out a long-lasting solution, but it has seemed to remain a lifestyle in the area. In this year alone, Adjumani East has so far registered a total of 528 school dropout cases and 128 cases of teenage marriage. Mercy Draru, Alan Onjima, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories this evening. The Diocese of West Texas in the United States of America has empowered over 800 women in the Church of Uganda province with vocational skills so as to help them achieve their dreams in faith. Alfred Jawok reports.
The Diocese of West Texas in the USA has empowered over 800 women in the Church of Uganda province with vocational skills which will help the women to achieve their dreams in faith. During the annual conference with the women at Goli Vocational Training Center on 14th November 2024, Ms. Helen Gary, Director, Thread of Blessings, lauded the visionary women leaders selected from each diocese for their efforts to have attained such training.
Started in 2005 after I had a conversation with some of the women here. The Women's Center had just been completed and we were talking about classes they might have, and I suggested needlework because I'm a needleworker. And they said they had not done it for a long time since they were in primary school. But then they invited me to come and bring a team the following year, and we had 30 women in one of the classrooms here for a week, for 5 days, and it was wonderful. And so it's grown from that point.
Meanwhile, Sandy Dugira, the project coordinator, Thread for Blessings, has appealed to the founder of Thread of Blessings to support more institutions since the diocese has a vocational school,
which is a ministry that is empowering women in our province of the Church of Uganda. Through this project, the women earn money. So with this money, they are able to support their families. Majorly, their focus is on educating their children. Most of these women never went to school, but because they know the benefits of education, they don't want their children to be like them.
Reverend Joyce Akena, a beneficiary from the Diocese of Northern Uganda, narrated how a Thread of Blessings has changed her life.
And I want to thank God for this time that this Thread of Blessing has uplifted our lives. And we want to ask God to protect each one of us. And we want to thank God for the donors who have come to be with us, and they have done tireless job and also motivated us in a way, giving us encouragement and also showing future.
Right Reverend Ponso Zela Winju, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, while closing the 5 days conference, has pledged support to the project, but urged the women to train other women to achieve their goals too. Bishop Pons further appealed to parents whose children have dropped out of schools to use this opportunity to get hand skills for their future.
Specifically today, we want to look at something very special that started way back in 1996 when Bishop Orombi was invited to go to United States of America for evangelism. He was sent to a place, to a diocese called the Diocese of West Texas. And in the Diocese of West Texas, he did very great ministry that attracted many Americans. towards him and towards our diocese. It was followed by the bishop of that place, then called Bishop Frost. He came to Goli in Nebi diocese, and the friendship was consolidated.
Thread of Blessings started in 1996 when by then Bishop Henry Luke Orombi was invited to the USA for a conference and met friends who wanted to help women in the church with hand skills training. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening, the locals of Balala Parish are demanding for an upgrade of Balala Health Center 2 to Health Center 3 so as to improve on service delivery to the people. Take a look.
Some of the community members in the parish feel they are being neglected and treated as if they are not part of the district, but when it comes to elections, the leaders traverse the area to lobby for votes, yet they don't mind of service being delivered to the community. Ovisio Jacqueline Opio, a resident of Balala Central, said the health facility lacks incinerator and placenta, something which has made it difficult for the mothers to deliver at the facility, adding that the facility also lacks proper roads, which makes it difficult for the patients who are under referral to be transferred faster.
We are having some challenges, especially from the facility, health facility. Our facility is Balala Health Center 2. So the much challenge we are facing as with the women of Balala is we are not allowed to deliver there because we are lacking an incinerator, whereby when you produce, there are some waste products which are to be burnt there by an incinerator, so we don't have it. And we also lack placenta pit, which affect us as to why we cannot deliver there. Even there are no good roads to be accessed at this health facility. Like when you are supposed to be transferred by an ambulance, unless the driver waits you at the roadside, the driver can't go up to the health facility because the place is rocky and there are no accessible road there.
Amolu Benson Guma, a member of Monzo village, said the facility has staff accommodation challenges and the roof of the facility leaks, something which has greatly affected service delivery to the people, and appeals to the government to consider upgrading the facility to a health center 3 in order to improve services to the people.
The challenge we face at the health center: 1, we have no incinerator; 2, no placenta. Again, for staff, we don't have enough shelter for staff. So as I'm talking, as BST will sit together with the health workers. We are now collecting contributions from the community to build the shelter for the staff, so that the staff should be in time. We can accept the health center to be really full with other healthy facility, other things like the incinerator, which is not there. We cannot do other things like deliveries, so that the deliveries cannot be handled here. The health workers can be referred to health center 3 or the hospital. So our kind of request to the government is place these missing items.
Alaro Ben, the chairman local council 2, Balala Parish, said the facility is operating well, but the challenge is the ceiling of the facility, which was not properly built, leaving the house to leak during rainy season. More so, the inadequate number of staff at the facility affects service delivery, something which the government needs to look into so as to improve service delivery to the people in the area.
My concern with our parish here is about the concerning of the health center. The health center has been built good. The patients are rising there, but the very thing is that the ceiling body are not so good. It is always off. So when it is raining, the rain is coming on the wall of the house. So this is the problem. And two, the staffs are also not enough. We have here two staffs or three staffs. One has now go home. So it left is at least 2 or 3. So we also lacking staffs because many persons is here. This is concerning of our health centers there.
Adrawa Michael, the Assistant District Health Officer in charge of maternal and child health, said according to the ministry policy, every health center twos are supposed to have 11 staffs and are to be upgraded to health center 3s, which he said is already in the pipeline but will be implemented in a phased manner, but urged the locals to remain calm as they continue to upgrade the health center 2s to health center 3s across the district in a phased manner.
The staffing norm for health center 2 is 11. One midwife, which is there in Igbalala, one enroll nurse, which is actually there in Igbalala, 2 nursing assistants, and they're there, and askari and cleaner. The challenge is Balala Health Center 2 is still not upgraded to Health Center 3. And the policy of the government is to upgrade Health Center 2s to 3s in a phased manner. In our recent district council meeting, a budget conference, the decision is to upgrade Panyanga Health Center 2 to 3 for Laropi sub-county as immediate. But in a phased manner, all health center 2s, whether being Panyanga, whether being Chokwe, whether being Munu, whether being Kweyo, Abeso, will eventually be upgraded to health center 3, so that in the years to come we shall phase out all the health center 2s and upgrade all the health center 2s to health center 3.
Recently, the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Health, wants to phase out all the health center 2s across the country by upgrading them to health center 3s so as to improve on better health service delivery in every parish across the country. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Right time for you as a viewer to know the latest developments in the world of sports. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. This is West Nile Television, and the program is what is happening in the world of sports, which continues to be under the biggest of it. I am talking about Nile Cast News. There are so many things. Of course, today there was a very big encounter between the Bafanas and Uganda Cranes. Not only that game, and also in UEFA Nations League, games are still continuing, and the Paida Black Angels continue with their unbeaten record. But let's start it within the home soil, that's in West Nile region, particularly in Arua City. West Nile Education Trust Fund, together with the Uganda Athletics Federation, has officially launched West Nile Education Trust Fund inaugural marathon today, 15th of November 2024, theme to provide university education for less privileged students of West Nile, set to take place on 28th of December 2024 in Arua City. Let's take a look at the story.
West Nile Education Trust Fund, together with the Uganda Athletics Federation, has officially launched the West Nile Education Trust Fund inaugural marathon on the 15th of November, themed to provide university education for the less privileged students in West Nile, set to take place on the 28th of December 2024 in Arua City. Different stakeholders converged at Red Cross office in Arua City to officially launch the inaugural marathon aimed at improving the standards of living of people in the West Nile region through sports and education. During the press briefing, Shida Lenny, the official guest runner and West Nile Education Trust Fund ambassador, stated that this is the first of its kind inaugural marathon that is aimed at supporting students to achieve their academic dreams by promoting talent identification.
For it this time to be in West Nile, we need to be so grateful because West Nile Education Trust Fund, it's going to be in a part of supporting the vulnerable students to pursue their academic dreams, particularly in sciences, that's as Mr. Charles has said, in pharmacy, nurse, or becoming an engineer or whatever. So we are so grateful. Actually, I just want to encourage all West Nilers to be grateful that we have this West Nile Education Trust Fund, organizers on board, that they are there to support our children in case they cannot afford to pursue their dreams and so on, but West Nile Education Trust Fund is there. We are here to identify talents as well. And then we are here for the purpose of health. We have a lot of health issues nowadays. So it's fun because you come and interact with us.
Drechabo Charles, the chairman, West Nile Education Trust Fund, stated the initiative lacks inadequate funds to support the less privileged students and therefore hopes to orient this and sensitize the community about education, sports and athletics through the inaugural marathon.
We want to admit more students, but our challenge is that we do not have all the resources available. We have been using Argentina for raising these funds. We have been appealing to individuals to give us money. We have been organizing West Nile Nights to raise money to support this. Now we decided and chose deliberately to bring it to West Nile, to appeal to the West Nile people, to contribute towards this effort. So we would like to do it through marathon. And the marathon will be on 28th of December 2024, and we have 4 main objectives for the marathon. The first objective is to raise money from the public so that we can continue to sponsor the new students, and also ensure that the students who are already enrolled continue to finish. That's the first objective. One, money. To orient the community, sensitize the community, get their buy-in, and allow them to participate in this. The third one is that we would like to promote sports and athletics games as a viable career for our young people.
Atiku Bernard, the West Nile Education Trust Fund promoter, is urging the general public to embrace the West Nile Education Trust Fund inaugural marathon 2024.
My role here is to urge the people of West Nile to embrace this initiative, the first of its kind, and also on this note to fundraise, to expand our strategies in mobilizing the resources, as the chairman, West Nile Education Trust Fund said. So I want to urge people from Nebi, people from Zombo, people from Adiokono, people from Arua District, people from Arua City, people from Maraja, people from Terebo, people from Koboko, people from Yumbe, people from Ogongi, people from Moro, people from Ajumani, to mark the date, the 28th of December. If you can have any means, please be in Arua for this marathon.
Associate Professor Simon Anguma Katrini, the Vice-Chancellor Muni University, has pledged his support towards the initiative and urges the general public to support this initiative aimed at empowering the West Nile people through sports and education.
I support this cause fully. I see that there are very many education trust funds coming up. Those are all good. So we encourage all of you to garner support and synergize with us on this noble cause.
West Nile Education Trust Fund was established in 2013, and since then, 28 students have benefited from the trust fund, achieving academic bachelor's degrees in medicine, nursing, engineering, and pharmacy. This West Nile Education Trust Fund Inaugural Marathon 2024 is an initiative aimed at raising 1 billion shillings for supporting students to achieve their academic dreams. Okumaringa Christine, Irako Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Moving forward with the stories, but still keeping the pace within the region of West Nile, now moving to Greater Alu region, particularly in Zombo district. There was also a very big encounter in Zombo, particularly at the town council of Paida, as Paida Black Angels continues with their brilliant and fine run of form. That's an unbeaten record after recording a 1-0 win over the team of Busoga United yesterday in Bet Power FUFA Big League. Let's first take a look at the details of the story.
The Zombo-based community football club, established in 1979 by the Black Angel Sports Club, has on Thursday, 14th November 2024, secured a thrilling 1-0 victory over Busoga United FC at Barokoro Stadium. A goal scored in the 41-minute penalty of the first half by Opakrot Benjamin, commonly known as Messi, sealed the victory. Tasha Giramia Peace Jalar, Public Relations Officer by the Black Angel Sports Club, said the club remains unbeaten in the FUFA Big League and they have moved to 4th position in the league table.
I'm very grateful for this win because when we look at our table and following the other games that we have played today, that puts us at number 4 with about 9 points behind the Calvary. That means that we have to prepare so much because Boma FC that we are yet to play on Monday managed to get a draw at Calvary's home. That means it's a very tough side. So we have to be prepared for whatever it takes for our next encounter on Monday. But otherwise, the discipline has been key. The players have given in their best. At the end of the day, we have had our 3 points in the bag. And that is what counts.
Honorable Innocent Onega Godfred, Paida Town Mayor, who was among the fans, said they are delighted with the win. Honorable Onega added that their team's resilience and determination has brought them this far.
This is the 5th generation of Black Angel Sports Club, yet trying their best to maintain the title that they are giant of Northern Region. We have high hope with the teamwork spirit, the discipline exhibited, that by the Black Angel future is clean. And I therefore say for by the Black Angel Sports Club, Yoleng, we will be able to do our part to ensure that we facilitate them and promote sports in the entire Zombo district. And I want to say that our supporters must do all what it takes to ensure that we move on forward. The issue of transport is still a challenge, but we are going to re-strategize and ensure that we support and get for us a comfortable bus for this club. So this is the vision that we have, and this is what we want to do as soon as possible.
Efforts to get comments from Busoga United FC were futile at the time of filing this story, as the sports officials declined to speak to the media. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
The win by the Black Angels grabbed over the team of Busoga United yesterday has now moved them to the 4th position on the log with something of around 9 points. As I had said earlier on, they are still unbeaten. Now, moving with the stories now into the African Cup of Nations. When I was giving the highlights of the story, I said there was a very big encounter this evening between Uganda Cranes and South Africa, and South Africa did beat Uganda Cranes by 2-0. But Uganda Cranes, they could fight yesterday after their neighbors helping them to beat the Congo Brazzaville by 3-2. That's why they were only honoring the fixer, playing for prestige. But after the game, the country that's now leading the table in Group K is South Africa. After having 8 points before the game, now they have moved to 18, not 18 rather, with 11 points. Then the team of South Africa is on top with 11 points, followed by Uganda with 10 points. Third team on the log is Congo Brazzaville with 4 points, and the rock bottom team is the country of South Sudan with only 3 points. Now South Sudan, Congo Brazzaville, they have already been eliminated out of the qualification slot. But for South Africa and Uganda Cranes, they are already through to the African Cup of Nations that shall be hosted by Morocco come 2025 in January. And this is the 8th edition for Uganda Cranes to play in African Cup of Nations. The first one came in 1962. Interestingly, that was the year when Uganda gained her independence. And then after that, Uganda played again in AFCON in 1968. After 1968, it was in 1974. After 1974, Uganda played again in 1976. After 1976, immediately they played also in 1978. After 1978, they stayed for a while till 2017, 2019, and the upcoming one is going to be the 8th edition for Uganda Cranes. Congratulations, Uganda Cranes. Now, leaving that, still one round remaining for the games to take place in that group. That one wasn't the only game that took place today. Right now, some games are still going on, but some games came to an end. Like I said earlier on, Bafanas edging out Uganda Cranes by 2-0. There was a 1-1 draw between Botswana and Mauritania. As I speak right now, so many games are going on. Zimbabwe is playing Kenya, half-time. Meanwhile, Malawi is also tussling it out with Mozambique, also half-time. Guinea-Bissau is playing away to Eswatini, also the game's on, but still first half. Cape Verde, meanwhile, is locking horns right now with the Pharaohs. That's Egypt, also first half. And afterwards, Gambia will be tussling it out with the Comoros, and this game will be at 10 p.m. East African time. In the same time, Ghana will be having a date with Angola. And Zambia, as I speak right now, is also with Ivory Coast. And this one takes our train to what is happening in Europe, more especially in UEFA Nations League. Before I give you the fixers, I need to give you how the games went yesterday night, with Belgium being edged at home by Italy by 1-0. Meanwhile, for France, they played into a barren draw with Israel. England were 3-0 winners over Greece. For Finland, they were away to Republic of Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland emerged as the winners in that encounter, beating Finland by 1-0. Austria recorded a 2-0 win over the country of Kazakhstan, with Norway running riot over Slovenia at home by 4-1. Meanwhile, Armenia of Henrik Mkhitaryan lost into the hands of Faroe Island at home by 1-0. And the last game, which was played yesterday, was between North Macedonia and Latvia. In the process, North Macedonia were 1-0 winners over Latvia. And this one brings our train to what is happening today as far as UEFA Nations League is concerned. In Group 1, games are set to be played afterwards. At night, with the Portugal having a date with Poland, Gibraltar traveling away to San Marino. For Croatia, they already are the home soil of Scotland. That means Croatia is playing in Scotland. And then in Group 2, Cyprus is having a date with Lithuania, with Kosovo traveling away to Romania. And then in Group 3, Luxembourg is having a game with Bulgaria. Meanwhile, Belarus is traveling away to Northern Ireland. And then in Group 4, we are having 4 games, not 4 rather. In Group 4, we are having 2 games to be played, with Denmark having a game with Spain. And lastly, Serbia having a date with Switzerland. And the biggest games coming tonight seems to be in Group 4, because you look at the weight of the countries. Denmark up against Spain is a very big one, and also Switzerland up against Serbia, also a very big encounter. Why don't we then close the chapter there, and then we open it again tomorrow? Have the best of your moments.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for yet another sports stories, sports events, and sports highlight. Viewers, we've come to the end of the Nilecast on Yon West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that will follow. My name is Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.